Welcome to the best podcast in the world. This is Cynically Acute. As always, I am your host, the genie of comedy, Lamont, and I have an amazing guest with me today, the mother of Memphis comedy, Latoya Tennille.
Hey!
Yes.
I'm her.
I'm so happy to have you on this.
I'm happy to be here.
This is the woman that got me into comedy, you guys. She opened up her comedy club, the Comedy Joint. It was the first place that I ever did comedy. Oh, it was an amazing experience. She didn't even let me use the bathroom until I signed her open mic list. Ignored the shit out of me. I was gonna use the restroom. You said you're trying to sign the list, baby. And I was like, sure, whatever. And then here we are.
I have bullied way too many people into doing comedy.
For their own good, Toya. For their own good.
I know, right? I mean,
so tell the people what you got going on. I saw that your fashion show is almost sold out of the city.
you know what? Do you know how unbelievable that is? It's out of town, and I don't live, especially when I've done it here in Memphis 4 times, and the one in Memphis had to be rescheduled because of low ticket sales. And so you do it in Nashville, and it's okay, I'm not from Nashville. How am I going to sell tickets in Nashville? So it just happened yesterday. I was in church, and my phone kept going off, and I'm like, what? I'm looking, 2 tickets. I'm like, oh crap! The tickets are really selling. So it's always a good thing when you're able to go out of town and take your vision from your city to another city, and they appreciate it. So I'm really excited for these kids and these parents. The parents are stoked, and I'm really appreciative of people that buy tickets because I'm not good with sponsorships. I'm horrible at sponsorships, and so usually I end up spending a lot of money out of my pocket. Before I'm not gonna ask people. I'm just gonna figure it out. I pay for it myself. Well, this go round, I ain't got no money or a job. So
and the Lord gonna make a way.
Yeah. So the ticket sales are really, really helping with making sure I can pay for this fashion show and give the kids what I think they deserve.
And what's the name of the fashion show?
The Beautiful Spectrum Autism Fashion Show.
Autism Fashion Show.
Yes.
And that's a beautiful thing because the rise in children with autism is diagnosed children with autism.
Yes.
And I always make a point to say that because I'm pretty sure 90% of the people I grew up with were probably autistic. We're just undiagnosed in our community.
I got one at home. So
happy 21st birthday to your son.
I know, happy, but I be out in public I'd be like, that baby got autism. That baby, hey, that man, that lady, that preacher. I'm like, yeah, you autistic.
Y'all granddaddy that trains, that trains a lot.
Yeah, you was autistic. And
I think Hank Hill had autism. He was too focused on that grass and the propane accessories.
Listen, hey, you autistic. You just didn't. You on the spectrum. You just didn't know it. But it's okay.
They out here. So Toya does everything, y'all. She has a fashion show. You have your own nonprofit.
Yes, the Latoya Tennille Cares, which again spawned from me. I was always doing stuff anyway, and I think when I was doing it, people assumed that I had a nonprofit. So I got a call from a representative of United Way.
Hey.
And they were like, hey, so I had an interview to get money. We get to enter an interview. Okay, send us information for your nonprofit. What nonprofit? I don't have one.
Gotta get that 501c3, baby.
Oh, okay. It's yeah. So the interview came short because they were seeing what I was doing with the clothes closet. So it's okay, get you a nonprofit, and then when this money come back, we'll read.
That nonprofit is an amazing thing.
Yes.
So if y'all want to get involved in any of the great causes that Latoya has, we'll provide her information in the description of this video. And like I said, it all started. Well, it didn't all start. Toya had been doing community service. When I say the Comedy Joint was an epicenter for community faith and comedy. Collect the clothes, Toya adopting hookers.
Man, I said I gotta go visit the hookers. I was just saying I gotta go visit them. Because it's getting hot outside. And
give a hose bottle of water.
In the summertime, I made sure they had water. They had Cokes, and I made sure they had clothes and shoes.
She was adopting street urchin children. Man, one time we was drunk at Toya Comedy Club and had to stop a human trafficking incident.
And I don't think people really realize
comedians versus human traffickers. That would be a movie.
I don't think people really realize it's like you see the forefront. It's comedy club, comics, comedy. But I don't think people, I don't know if it needs to be scripted or a documentary. Because some of the stuff that happened behind the scenes, because that night with the sex trafficking thing, that was absolutely That night was just crazy.
And we weren't even supposed to be there because we used to stay at the comedy just till like 2-3 in the morning. It was probably 1:30 when that shit popped off.
Yes, because that little girl come running down. I was like, what is this noise? And then what's crazy is she came down there. We took her in, and they came down there and asked for her back.
It was her mama and her auntie, and they was like, "Nah, she always running away." And da 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 da.
And these men come down like, "Hey, give her back." We not giving her back to you.
Man, it was crazy. We had smoke threatening the parents. We had Eddie Ray talking about, "Nah, them bitches sell pussy. I know what they up to. I know them from my neighborhood. Them hoes been selling pussy."
Or the day that this girl boyfriend was beating her up, and I had to snatch her in there. I had to go to court behind that.
Oh Jesus. That's not funny. The domestic assault is not funny. But we're telling y'all, Memphis, your comedians are boots on the ground.
Yes,
we do not play about our city and our people.
Or how many times that people come down there and we put our money together, we buy food for them. We bought hotel rooms for them.
School supplies. Latoya used to put on proms if kids can't have no proms.
So
find
a
the
lot
prom
of
dresses.
stuff happened. Like people talk about the club was in a bad neighborhood.
Yeah, but it was where we needed to be.
It was in the best neighborhood for some of the stuff that was going on. Really,
it was an experience, honestly, and I couldn't ask for anything better for my introduction into stand-up comedy. If I would have lived in another city, I know I probably would have started eventually, but I started where I was supposed to.
But you were like, you're hilarious though. You're hilarious.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Man,
Coming from you,
so like,
that means
it's
a
so
lot.
funny because like in watching y'all, man, it even now, like to see some of y'all that started at the Comedy Junk and to see y'all 4 or 5 years later. And I'm like, the growth is just like absolutely amazing. And then like, I know when y'all were there would be times where, and I would shock y'all that I wasn't actively sitting down watching y'all, and y'all didn't realize that I was listening.
You heard Toya in the next room, ha!
Yeah, they was like, or because I put to the side. Hey, you heard me? Yes. I don't need to see. I know y'all voices. I know y'all jokes. I know your mannerisms to the point to where I don't have to look at you to know. Or I'm gonna tell you the other thing I liked about being around y'all like that. There were times where some of y'all would come in that place and I knew that something was wrong here. Or I was like, hey, what's wrong with you? Nothing. No. Something wrong. What's up? Let's
shit, since I have it, man, we was going through shit. It was niggas getting divorced at the comedy joint. I lost a relationship. I started getting fat. I got on antidepressants while I was coming.
There were times where I knew something wasn't right.
We need a documentary. We gonna get on that. A comedy joint documentary.
Ain't gonna call no names, but we don't. The amount of grown ass men that have cried on my shoulder about shit at that place. There have been, and I'll say this now because it's closed. There have been times where comics have had to sleep there.
Shit happened.
Something happened and they needed somewhere to go. They ain't had no money. Hey, it was a couch in there. You know, it was a couch in there. It was an air mattress in there.
Couch, bathroom, refrigerator.
Listen,
there's some chips in there,
right?
If you get hungry,
I put them in there. I locked that building up with the security thing. And listen, and nobody knew that they were in there, or that I've had to pick up comics and bring them there. I've had to referee relationships.
Man, I remember one time they used to take such good care of us. I remember one time I blew out a tire coming back from Mississippi from doing a show, and you and Nina paid for me to get a new tire. And I was just like, shit, I'm finna leave the car there.
But you know that's a comment. But that's what the Comedy Junk is supposed to be. You should be able to say, hey, I need gas money. I need a tire. Whatever the fuck it is that you need, you should be able to call your comedians.
But I think you established the community. I think the Comedy Junk is the spirit now. Because even when I got stranded, because I went to do the shit in California and I got stranded.
Right.
You sent me some money and Java sent me some money. Because I said, these niggas got me stranded. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I spent $1,000 to come out here and do 3 minutes.
How much you need? Like that's how it's supposed to be. And you know, I tried to build it up to be a place where I wish I had when I started. You know what I'm saying? Especially with this new era of we got so many more women in the game now.
We do.
When I started, and I just want these women to stick with it, especially since they mothers, because it is not easy doing comedy and you a mama.
And I'm gonna say this, Toya, because I'm like the angry cousin of comedy. That's what niggas call me in the city. I'm the angry cousin of comedy. So if you ever hear somebody yelling about comedy outside the show, it's me. And because I get passionate when I talk about this here. And Like my comedy sisters, my female comedy friends, they were like, "Oh, you're always just so hard on the women." I said, "No, we're comedians. We bad people. I talk worse to these. No, you're not gonna come around here and act like I'm bullying you. I was like, we are bad people.
Right.
But
but I it's important for me to keep them motivated. We keep them. I know one comedian, bless her heart, and rest in peace. Me and her used to go back and forth, and I just really, really, really want. She finally got it. And I was like, baby, I just want you to be great. She thought that I didn't like her.
Oh, you right, Judea.
Yes.
R.I.P. Judea Drischel.
Yes.
Like when I say that, she would have been on SNL by now. No
yes.
lie. Like
that girl was so amazing, and I used to stay on her ass, and she just thought I wanted to. I'm like, no, I just want you to be great. In order for me to make sure you great, I have got to be a fucking annoying and a pest.
My favorite Judea joke was my mom keeps telling me, you need to leave them white men alone. And she said, Mama, white men are like cocaine. They ruining my life and I'm not gonna put it down.
Right. But she was so amazing. She was so amazing. She was so funny. And when she passed, it really did something to me. You know, anytime we lose one of our own, and we lost her in her youth, which to me sometimes.
She was younger than me.
Yes, she was younger than you. So we lost her in her youth, which to me, we lose her in her prime. And the world didn't even get the chance to see just how, the same thing with Big Dub. We lost Big Dub. When we lost Big Dub, Big Dub was, oh my God. Big Dub was an amazing, like this guy, his range was just, I could give Big Dub any character. And thing is, Big Dub was a hood nigga. When I say hood nigga, like he was on, what's that, World Star? He was on World Star for whooping a nigga ass.
It'd be like that. But no, I'm going to say this. Comedy, and me and Tyler joke about this though, comedy, or whether it be social media influencers or content or whatever, that's the new way out the hood. And I realized that when I get into disagreements with hood niggas, and Tyler was like, I don't know why you keep arguing with these niggas. These niggas used to be truck drivers and selling weed. He said, but they scared to go to jail. Now they doing comedy. And I was just like, yeah, a couple of them.
Yeah, but Big Dub was a force to be reckoned with. When we lost him, you know, that hurt me. Lomax, we lost Lomax. You know, Lomax is a legend. Like that was Big Unk.
When I say, because I was at Lomax's funeral and I went to the repast and we was drinking vodka, and I was just like, I'm not gonna cry in front of all these people. Man, I bust out crying so hard. I seen his brother not too long ago. I remember I met Lomax through working because we do subcontracts. So he painted and everything. And him and my mom worked together. My mom was like, hey, this guy that I work with used to be on Comic View. And I told him that you was thinking about getting into comedy. This is like almost a year before I moved back to Memphis. I'm still living in Oxford, Mississippi. I just dropped out of college. Lomax said, give me the phone. He said, hey, you trying to do some comedy? He said, I'm gonna put you on the stage and it's gonna be a sold out show. And if you're not funny, I'm gonna laugh at you. And I'm gonna make it so you never do it again. You better be funny. I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna do it on my own.
You know what's that? Yeah. Lomax was the contractor for the comedy joint.
Yes.
Yeah, he was the person, because again, I got into the comedy joint not knowing any idea what the hell I was doing. And I kept failing inspection. I
helped him pick up a lot of the material for the comedy joint.
I kept failing inspection. He said, give me that goddamn list. And he literally went down that list, and everything that I had got dinged for, he corrected. And at the end, there was no damn invoice. I wish I would have asked that man for a goddamn $1. He'd have cussed my ass out. And
the best thing about it was, so the comedy joint opened during the pandemic. So for a lot of people, they was like, oh, because even if you listen to a lot of semi-successful comedians from here, they're like, man, COVID fucked up everything. But that was when it started for me. And everybody that was on tour and all this shit had to come back to Comedy Jam. We was in that bitch like the Prohibition. Like we wasn't supposed to be that deep.
I was gonna say, now we can tell the truth. Let's go ahead and tell. Okay, so we hadn't passed inspection. And we weren't supposed to be actively operating, but we were. So what we would do...
That bitch been in all the rules. The Comedy Joint was supposed to be a talent agency. We really
Listen, when I tell you we would have Monday Night Mike, and then after Monday Night Mike, the comics would stack the chairs and shit in the room. So when the inspectors came back, it wouldn't look...
Man, I remember they said we had to be. They said if your venue could hold 100 people, then you could only bring 40 people, and everybody had to be 6 feet apart. The comedy jump was little. We was just like, fuck it. We was in that thing like lean on me, like put the chains off the doors. Here come the inspector.
Yes, and that was, and that's why I said there was so many behind the scenes stories, so many things that went that I think if people really knew. When I think about the comedy jump, I think about P Valley.
That's exactly what I think
P
about.
Valley. If you just take the concept of P Valley and make it comedians in a comedy club, I probably should say that because I don't want to steal my damn idea.
I mean, there's a lot of different shows about comedy. You have Hacks, which I like. You have I'm Dying Up Here, which is about the comedy store.
Listen, you got the Den Mother holding everything together. You got the, it's so the fundraisers to keep it open.
The fundraisers to keep it open.
The stories. I mean, there's so many different things we could tell about what happened. Like you said, it was just
the Comedy Junk documentary coming soon, 2026.
Right. Sometimes I miss it. I was at Luna Band this weekend, and it took everything in me not to put an apron on and bust tables, because it was like that's what I'm used to doing, and it's like I'm not to do comedy, but I'm accustomed to throwing an apron on, going in, busting tables, bringing drinks, bringing food. Then it was my turn, taking the apron out, getting on stage.
But you taught us a good work ethic though, because we did stuff at the Comedy Junk. We took out trash. Anything Toy needed us to do, we did. And now I just do that everywhere. Like when we do shows at these bars and stuff, after we get done with the show,
you can't see. Yes,
I'm all the way to Arkansas. They was like, you brought all these cups up here. I'm like, y'all let us do comedy here.
Because we're programmed to do that now. Because the Comedy Junk, it was my club, but it was our club, right? It was our club to the point to where y'all took pride in it. Y'all took care of it. I'm gonna tell you the other thing that y'all did that I really realized now, because Imani worked there for 4 whole years.
Yep.
So she was the first person that y'all saw when you came into the Comedy Junk. Well, y'all would congregate in the lobby around her. She has been around comics damn near all her life, but then when y'all were in the lobby, y'all would talk to her. She would have conversation with y'all. This girl got so many damn uncles.
Yo, imagine 7 grown black stand-up comedians talking to a teenage girl about relationship advice.
But
she said, "This boy say he like me. What he look like?"
Right, and it's like
what
essentially
she's showing us the text message. Yeah, he gonna text me this the other day. 7 grown niggas like, nah, I don't like that.
Right, exactly. And but y'all have made it so hard for the guys and boys to call themselves liking her because y'all were unfiltered.
We gave her the game
when speaking with her and talking to her about stuff, and she heard stuff. Of course, she heard things that most normal 14, 15-year-old, 16-year-old, but she was. This was her, and that's why even now she talks about how in college, where for her friends it's a big deal to go out. Well, that's Imani's norm. Imani's to be in a club setting and then go home at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. That's normal. Like, oh, y'all excited about going out? That was her norm. So it's no big deal for her.
And it's funny how quick 5 years is, because like I said, your daughter's in college, so she was 13 when you posted this show. It was your son's 21st birthday. I was like, oh, I know damn well Caleb ain't no. I'm doing math. Like I know damn well.
And again, when she worked there. So remember when Imani had to transition to the kitchen?
Yep.
So not only was she was doing this, and to the point to where y'all, like, where is Imani? Y'all would ask me who made the rotel. Fuck y'all.
Toya, you can't cook.
It was like, Toya, did you make a rotel or did Imani make a rotel? Or the Philly steak sliders? Or y'all was like, hey, Imani going. So it got to be this culture for her where y'all were very instrumental in her development. Y'all were a really, really important part of her life at that moment, to where she respects y'all. She loves y'all. You know what I'm saying?
And she's a fashion designer. She's gonna be like Rihanna, and I can't wait. I'm gonna get some cheap fits before the price go up.
Before the price go up, yeah.
I'm trying to get some new custom head wraps. These ain't cheap.
Yeah, so she definitely was. She was the front row, the front seat of the country. But also because she's been exposed to it, she knows it. So she can listen to a set and say, that ain't right. That ain't good. You need to fix that. Oh, yeah. Oh, we get in the car. Mama, that joke so-and-so said. That's a meme. Huh?
Oh.
Mama, that joke so-and-so said. That was, what? Because
Wait till she graduated and moved to Hollywood and start writing on one of them shows and doing the wardrobe department.
Mama, wait, what?
So one of my favorite things about Toya, y'all, is that she was on Kevin Hart's Heart of the City. And it was, like I said, I've been wanting to do comedy for a long time. I started writing comedy when I was 13. So throughout my teenage years, I just consumed all the comedy that was on TV, all the Shaq's All-Star Comedy Jams, pretty much everything. So I had already seen you on Heart in the City when it came out.
I was a Def Comedy Jam brat. I grew up with Def Comedy Jam. When I grew up with Def Comedy Jam to the point to where when it was out, I wasn't supposed to be watching it. Right? And so my aunt had cable. We didn't have cable at home, but my aunt had cable. And she would record the episodes. And so I would be in her little lower part of her house, and I would watch Def Comedy Jam. And I would watch it like all the episodes. And back then, I wasn't wanting to be a comedian, but I was definitely a fan. And I can recall every now and then, they would let me be in the room when they watch it. And so sometimes I would catch myself, because I would be laughing when they laughing, and they looking at me like,
what you know about that?
Right. And I would have to be like, and then let me act slow, because I'm not supposed to get this, so. But
everybody that was on the episode, y'all are all monumental comedians. Y'all are all great at the craft. Y'all have all done well in your careers and your respective fields. There's one guy that I don't know, and that's who was in the episode. That's the one guy that I don't know, so I don't know where he is, but I'm sure he's successful. The Hispanic guy.
No, he's not Hispanic. He's mixed.
Oh, he's black and white.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he moved up north, like shortly after we shot it. He got married, and people fall in love and get wives and kids. Now he's still active in comedy where he is. He moved.
But yeah, you were amazing on Heart of the City. Cletus, I had seen Cletus on Bounce before I saw him on Heart of the City because he was on that Bounce. That's where I found Mo Alexander. Mo Alexander is hilarious.
But the competition to get on that show was not easy, because there was a lot of us that auditioned.
I'm sure
that was
that was the golden age of Memphis comedy. Honestly, y'all was all out here,
and it's just like the thing is, what's crazy is I remember when they were doing other cities. Of course, we thinking ain't no way they coming to Memphis, and then you find out they coming to Memphis. And it's like, oh, and they asked us to audition. I'm thinking, yeah, I'll audition. And so I auditioned. Now, the thing that really got me was that, if you look at the history of how Hard in the City works, there's normally three guys and a girl, or no girl at all. That's just comedy, period, anyway. So essentially, they told me, they said, well, we know that you're going against all these comics for a spot, but you especially going against other women, because it's only room for one of y'all on the panel. And so again, I did not think it would be me. So when I got the call that I made it, it's like 10 o'clock at night. It's a guy who calling. Yeah, by the way, you got on, and it's like, it was literally, you got on the show and like 3 days later, we're gonna start shooting.
Turn up.
So I gotta go tell my job, hey y'all, I know I'm scheduled to work, but I gotta go do this. Now the thing I learned really quickly about TV was that you don't get paid the same day.
Mm-mm.
I didn't know that. So I'm thinking, you go in and you sign the contracts and you tell you how much you're gonna get paid. Because I remember thinking that when they gave me the number that I was gonna make on shooting it, I went and bought a brand new bra.
How much they pay?
My bras ain't cheap. So I'm like, okay, I'm like, because I'm used to comedy culture. You perform, you get paid. I didn't know that I wasn't leaving that day with a check. So I'm like, so I think the check came like 6 weeks later in the mail. Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
That would have had me sick.
Yeah, you like, but it came in the mail 6 weeks later.
The average comedian is financially struggling. Yes. I don't know if y'all know this.
And again, we're dealing with legal ramifications. So the amount that you signed for is not what the check is going to be for, because they got to take out taxes.
We be doing a damn fool trying to get famous. Like I said, I spent my last $1,000 to get to LA.
It's
an investment. That's what they call it. You invested in yourself.
Yeah, it's an investment. It's a sacrifice. I tell people all the time, if you are in this for the money, get out.
It's a long journey. Like, that's one of the things I'm glad they told me up front. They said, hey, unless you get famous from the internet or something like that miraculous, it's gonna be a 10-year journey. That's the rule. And I've stayed steadfast to that.
Listen,
10 years, you'll be good.
I remember when Tiffany Haddish came to Memphis, and they had to give away tickets to see her because I was the host for her that weekend at Chuckles. They had to give away tickets. Shortly after that, Tiffany Haddish blew up. And she was everywhere. And I remember thinking when she blew up, people have found out. It's like they just found out about it. I'm like, do y'all realize how long Tiffany Haddish had been doing comedy?
I said the same thing about Matt Rife. They were like, "Oh, Matt Rife is the best new comedian." I said, "Matt Rife been doing comedy for 12 years."
Like, do you not? If y'all have any idea how long people are doing this, doing the footwork before y'all discovered them? Like,
and I'll tell you this, Lomax. Not only did y'all tell me it was gonna be a long road, but one of the things Lomax told me, he said, "Yeah, comedy's a long road." He said, "But when it's your time, it's gonna happen like that. It's gonna be in an instant." He said, "Man," he said, "I was sitting at the house, bills piling up like a motherfucker. I'm still out here working, trying to figure out how to pay this shit. I got the call. Hey, you gonna be on Comic View? Nigga, let's go."
Right, right. And there's always that moment, and because I think the biggest thing is with people have a false sense of what success is for us and how it can happen. Because I know in the journey, people see me opening up for celebrities, and they think tomorrow you're gonna be famous. Absolutely. When I did Heart of the City, when I was on TV with Kevin Hart, people thought, okay, now tomorrow, like, no, I went back to work.
I tell people that shit, and I tell them if you ever want to know like the harsh reality of entertainment, I said go to Hollywood. You can see a dude in a big movie, and then he will still be your waiter. This is not. But like I said, success is defined by us of how good we are at our craft and what we do.
So people think that, because they saw me, they see me with Monique, or they see me with Kevin Hart, or they see me with all these Cher Underwood, that now I made it. No, I have not. I still owe MLJW. I still got to get a payment arrangement. I called Capital One this morning. I need till Friday.
A lady at a show the other day got offended at some stuff that me and some other comedians were saying, but we were outside. She was like, "You guys are just failed comedians." I said, "Bitch, what make us a failure?" She was like, "I ain't never heard of you." I said, "Bitch, I ain't never heard of Susan neither." But I bet you can't tell no goddamn jokes.
It's but you gotta love it. I wouldn't trade this life for anything in the world. I love it. I love everything. This comedy has saved me.
Saved my life. I don't know where I'd be.
It has saved my life. There have been times. I'm gonna say this: when I ain't got nothing else, I got a joke. If I ain't got nothing else, I got a joke.
I say some funny shit when I'm so stressed out.
And think of
when rent be due, I be saying the most hilarious shit.
There have been I remember when it seemed like the world was crashing down, and when everything is wrong in my life, and I get on stage, and I can tell a joke, and I can make people feel better about themselves, and in that moment, nothing else matters. And it's like a drug or high I can't explain. And in that moment, when I am able to make people, when you look in that crowd and you seeing them laughing and they beating their thighs and they head held back, it's such a great. It gives you a power that you can't explain. And it's like, oh, okay, well maybe I can go on. It is. Oh my God, it's because, and I know you probably go through this, because sometimes I be like, man, but maybe I'm not funny. Well, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Or, you get in your head like, dang, I ain't where I'm supposed to be. I ain't far along. I'm supposed to be here, did this and this. And then somebody call you, because I ain't gonna say how many times I done quit.
If you ain't quit,
this
you
is
ain't.
The last day. I ain't doing this no more. Is this it? This ain't paying off. And then you get that gig and you go and you perform
and you kill it.
And you kill it. It's like, yeah.
Me and Tyler were talking about like the mental health aspects of comedy and how good a comedy high is. But then, like you said, you did Heart of the City and you had to go back to work. We don't talk enough about the comedy come down, where you when you in your regular life and you be like, this is some old bullshit. And my least favorite thing is when people recognize me and I'm out and about, or if I'm at work. Because I used to work customer service. So I was working at a gas station at night and at a vape shop during the day. And a lady came into my job one day. She was just like, I know you. You do comedy. You funny as hell. I was like, oh, thank you so much. She was like, why are you working here?
Because I get, yes. Or imagine how it is for me now. Because, a major shift happened for me November, December, when I started portraying the school board.
Yes. I said, oh, look, that's a time.
Right. So now I'm portraying the school board. I have all these new faces and new people who now know who I am. And I'm able to have access to these people that first of all, I'd be shocked and surprised. They know who the hell I am. And a lot of times when I'm in these spaces, I'm invited to these spaces, I'm going with the impression that I'm meeting them. And that's not what it is. They are meeting me. They be like, oh my, they be so excited to meet Latoya Tennille.
People love funny people, Toya.
They like, when you gonna portray? Some of them like, well, why you ain't did me yet? They like, I'm like, what? Let me get around to it. Because the thing is, I essentially thought these people would be mad at me. But the consensus that I'm getting and what I hear is that I don't think the part that we realized is that when the school board mess was going on, it was sad, and I was able to be entertaining for the moment. But the people that were living it, that was a stressful time for them. Mm-hmm. And I didn't understand that until I met them. They was like, listen, do you understand how stressful it was to look on the news every other day and see myself on there and see people talk about this and see people talk about that and the decision and what was going on? They was like, but I could watch your videos. And for that moment, I heard so many testimonies about even just not just the political figures, common people. I get stopped in a grocery store. You know how many times I cried with people at the bread aisle because they tell me about how they watched my videos and how I made them feel better, or how I made them they was on the verge of this, or they was feeling down.
And you a sensitive soul. That's the problem.
You already know.
You'll cry.
They start crying. I start crying. I'm like,
drop of a hat.
Yeah, so it's just like that's what makes this all worth it. Those are those moments. Okay.
So because y'all don't know this, but Toya has worked with a giant list of comments. I'm talking about a Kroger receipt.
Listen, if my phone ever got lost,
who's your favorite famous comedian that you've ever worked with?
That I've ever? Oh my God, it's so many. I'm gonna tell you one of my favorites. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
One, because I can't, it's too many to name, but I'll tell you a specific one. Cheryl Underwood.
I love Cheryl. Cheryl is an amazing human being.
And I'm going to tell you why. Because I came to Chuckles to see Cheryl, right? And when I came to Chuckles to see Cheryl, I hung back after the show. You know how you hang back to meet. When I told her that I was a stand-up comic from Memphis, the conversation shifted from her, and she went to talk about me. She wanted to know about me, what I was doing, all this type of stuff. And she says, "Hey, well, I'm here all weekend. Do you want to come open up for me the rest of the weekend?" Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And so she gave me the opportunity to work with her the entire weekend, and there was never a moment where I felt like a peon. Because, you can open up for some people and they make you feel really, really small. And they make you feel really like, well, you ought to be happy that I'm giving you. I was welcome into the green room. She talked to me. She put me on game. She gave me advice. She was a really, really, really nice person. You know what I'm saying? So she is definitely, when I met Tiffany when she was here, Tiffany was really nice. Now Monique, I didn't get a chance. I've never had an opportunity to work with her, but Monique is, oh my God, y'all can say what y'all want to say about Monique. I don't give a fuck, but she's so positive, so graceful. Yes,
I bet she smelled good.
Yes, and the thing about Monique is that it was the second or third time I met her. She knew who I was. As a matter of fact, this back during the pandemic, Clubhouse. Yeah. I came up in one of the rooms of Clubhouse, and I said, "Hey, she said, "Oh, you Latoya from me." She knew exactly who I was.
I'll never forgive you people for that Clubhouse shit. Every day you niggas keep creating new social media. You need to get on Clubhouse, bro. It's so much networking. No.
How long? Remember?
Fuck a Clubhouse.
How long? But remember when Clubhouse came out, you had to have an iPhone or an iPad, and they was acting all sedated with that, and you had to be invited. Oh.
And where is that now? I ain't heard a motherfucker mention it.
A club or a house.
I ain't heard same thing with Threads and X. I'm not doing all this shit. So we didn't talk plenty about like comedy in general. How do you feel about the state of comedy right now, specifically in Memphis? I tell people all the time, I'm loving Memphis comedy right now.
You know what? It's funny you said that. We had a rehearsal yesterday, a stage play for rehearsal, and of course there were a lot of comedians in the room, and we had a deep down discussion about how we feel about Memphis comedy right now. And being a person that's been, today's actually my 15-year anniversary. Like I said,
15
June
years.
2nd, 2010 was my first time ever telling a joke at Zodiac Lounge.
And she on my motherfucking podcast.
Right.
She is Cynically Acute.
Yes, but I've been around 15 years.
Yeah, you done seen 5 different generations of comedy.
I've seen, and so what I'm loving, I love the spirit of the younger comics. I love the spirit. I love the drive. I do wish we were because I feel like in some cases there's a disconnect. And the reason why I say that is because based on our conversation we had yesterday, because it was three of us old people and one newer comic. And the
Damn,
newer
what play was that?
Huh?
What play is that?
Basil's play.
Okay, the dinner.
Yeah.
Or the dinner too. Or
Yeah,
the feast
the
or
dinner.
one of them.
The dinner. But at any rate, the young comic that was there, oh my God, she's so well spoken. Tracy.
Oh, I love
Tracy Day. And what it gave me was a different insight speaking with her yesterday, because we were thinking one thing and she said, no. It ain't like that. What it is it was like,
the Tracy J. Haynes.
oh, and so like I said, there's a common goal, and thing is, the main thing we have to realize that we need y'all. Like, comedy can't stop with us, right? We need y'all to keep. It has to continue. We have got to get out of not get out of what it used to be, but we have a mindset of this is how it was. That's not how it is anymore. And so we've got, because I know me personally, like the social media thing, when I came in, it was boots on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was that. Now it's social media, you know, so I'm slowly but surely learning, because I was like, fuck social media. I wasn't doing it. I'm not, fuck social media, but you have to have it. And so that's the one advantage y'all have over us, because y'all are in this.
Not y'all. You know, I'm a new
Yeah,
comic, but I'm an old nigga.
Yeah. Not a new comic, but
I'm a new comic, but I'm an old nigga.
Yes.
I am.
But like,
I'm doing comedy like it's the 90s.
So yeah. So it's like we love y'all, and we looking at y'all, and it's just like, oh my God, because I be so excited when I see new comics, or I get to see. I'm like, oh, I don't know this person.
I love seeing new comics.
Yeah, I be like, I don't know who is this, and I be like, yeah. But I think we're in a place of progression, right? But I also think what we are seeing is, and I'm gonna say this, and I hope that nobody get mad at me. I think now we see why we needed comedy clubs.
Yeah.
I think we see, because I think that, okay, the new scene, the new comics is what keeps the game going. Because those of us that are older now, we're not as active.
Y'all active. Y'all doing y'all job. Y'all
Right.
go to y'all bookings.
Yes.
Y'all don't really come to open mics or
Yeah,
like,
see,
'cause y'all got shit to do.
there are levels.
Exactly.
And we're not at that level anymore. Like the stuff, like I'm like, shit, I did that. So it's like,
You see an older comic at an open mic, they working on a special.
right. So
or a
like
book
that,
or some shit.
so I think sometimes the impression is, oh, they're not there, they don't care. Nah, I'm working on other, like I ain't working on other shit. I've been that comic that's been open mic every night, and that's just not our kind of like our life anymore. But the younger comics is what keeps it going. So when we have these comedy spaces dedicated to specifically for comedy, those places have to be nurtured and supported. So what we're seeing is, when we don't have those specific comedy spaces and they die, now we're back to having rooms. And I'm not saying things wrong with rooms, because again, I've been a part of the room culture. I've been a part of he got a room, she got a room, But the thing about it, rooms die.
Here's the issue though, and I'm gonna say this. Rooms is what we need right now in Memphis.
Of course.
Because now we done had 3 comedy clubs go down.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that goes down is because we have to make the city value the comedy.
Which is why I'm so really like on my ass on this thing with me talking to these politicians about it. And I think people see me doing like, oh, she kissing ass. Nah, I'm kissing. Hey, listen,
I'm kissing ass till I get $1 million.
Why we edit? What can? Because the thing is, when I say I love Memphis comedy and I love Memphis comics, but I don't think that our art is appreciated in the city. Like I was talking to my therapist one time, and I said, you know what bothers me about Memphis and comedy? I said, Memphis is not a comedy city. She said, what do you mean? I said, Memphians are not fans of comedy. They're fans of comedians.
Yep.
I said, so when you're a fan of the person versus the art, the people that do the art sometimes fall through the cracks. So we live in a city where we don't come out to comedy based on because you want to laugh. It's got to be who it is. Whereas if you've ever had the privilege of being in a comedy city, they don't give a they want to they there to laugh.
They there to see good comedy, bad comedy.
Man, I want. Hey, when they got a show, they coming to the show. They're coming to a comedy show. They're not worried about who there, who not there, who perform.
We talked about this not too long ago when it was me and Jay Devin, who I met at Show Festival, because Toya does a comedy festival every October, the Memphis Urban Labs Comedy Festival, and she would bring people from all over the country, so I got to meet so many people. Like I'm just now in the comedy. I'm meeting motherfuckers.
You won $1,000 at that festival too.
I did with $1,000 at that festival. Who that came in handy? Y'all don't understand. Sometimes comedy come through for it. But Jay Devin was just like, yeah, a lot of people start promoting these shows and they not building the culture, and that's how you end up with all these bringer shows and blah blah blah. He said a good promoter can just say comedy show Wednesday, here's where it's at, and they supposed to fuck with the promoter or fuck with comedy enough to show up and pack it out without face value of the person. That was one of my things about Chuckles.
And that's my struggle, because I know, like, that's my struggle, like, with not having a venue anymore, but wanting to wanting to promote or do a show, because I love doing shows. But I don't think people understand, or I'm going to tell y'all, it hurts my feelings to go hard to do something like that and nobody show up. And not to mention how much money I put into it.
Here's what I'm going to say. Oh, you did the festival?
Shit, period.
Is everything boils down to just constant drilling. If people, and that's as a society, we're now conditioned to, if I don't see something 1,000 times or 2,000 times, then it's not registering. You really got to shove some shit down the motherfucker's throat now. Especially for like independent shit.
Right. So it's like I'm still, to me, battling the battle of being important enough for people to care that I'm having a comedy show. That's why I say Memphis ain't a comedy city.
Don't let me get a good venue.
Yeah,
relationship with somebody, because I run some free shows to get motherfuckers to love comedy.
Because like right now, I want to do like 2 or 3 shows, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm very apprehensive because I'm like, what if nobody come?
So Toya, you know me, I'm like I said, I'm a young comic, but I'm an old nigga. So I was always against that production shit. I was just like, man, I ain't doing no motherfucking show. That was always me. I was like, nah, I do jokes. That's what the fuck I do. I show up and I do the jokes. I don't put the show together. So Josh, High Water Comedy. Shout out to Josh, High Water Comedy. He convinced me to produce a show.
Shout out to motherfucking Josh.
Yes, this is an amazing studio. So he was just like, hey, you need to produce something. So that's how I came out with Bad People. And we scrambled. I got the people that I wanted to be on the show. Josh handled the venue and all the production equipment. And we just marketed. Man, the day of, I said, Josh, how many tickets we done sold? He said, none. I said, oh. I went and bought a pint of liquor. I said, this is bullshit. My friend was coming from Alabama. He was driving 3 hours. I said, you might be the only nigga in here. And then I got to the door. Josh was like, okay, we got 4 pre-sales. I was like, okay, at least it'll be 6 people in here.
Man.
And then people started filing in, and I was like, okay. And it ended up being like 23 people. And to me, that's an amazing comedy.
Yeah, because I don't know why.
So I was for the cry. I said, this is why I want to do this shit.
I'm telling you, you ain't got to tell me. I know how it feels to like. That's why this whole thing with the fashion show. Like, I was like, oh my God, this ain't. But yesterday I literally was like, it matters. Like when you see those, and I don't know why we want to wait till the last minute to buy tickets. Like,
Memphis will buy a ticket the day before the day of.
Please go and buy the tickets. Right now, you give me a heart attack. And
let me explain something. Not even just comedy, and thankfully rappers, because I go to rap shows. Rap shows be popping because they all have built-in posses and neighborhoods and all that. But when it comes to anything that you see in Memphis, it doesn't matter what it is. If you feel the inclination to go, please buy a ticket, because the minute there's not anything to do, oh, it ain't shit to do in Memphis. This city's so boring. There's nothing to do. Blah, blah, blah. No, fuck that. There's plenty of shit to do. It's either it doesn't sell out or it doesn't do well, so we don't get to do it again, or it becomes a problem.
I'm gonna say this: buying like I know for me at the comedy joint, buying a ticket lets me know how many people to expect. Because there would be times where we would have a show and people would wait to the day of to buy the ticket or what thing. Well, I also had food and drinks, so there would be times where I didn't have enough. Well, nigga, I didn't know you was coming. Well, how you gonna run out of? Cause I didn't know you were coming. Like, buying a ticket lets me know, okay, I can expect this many people. Because there have been times where people told me they were coming and I bought all these supplies and they didn't show up. So what happens to those supplies? Because our food don't last forever.
But yes, I'm gonna tell y'all this: the average comic, like I said, we're the underdogs in the creative community. The average comic ain't got no team. We ain't got people to shuffle around all this shit. We doing all this
and
shit.
I want people also to stop thinking sold out means you made a profit.
Oh, profit.
Sold out, quick. Sold out does not mean I came off. No,
hell no. Don't count seats. First of all, if my one thing I know, I'm a haggling motherfucker. I've done that at other people's shows and they got mad. They're like, why you telling these people they can get in for cheaper than the ticket price? Because ain't nobody in this motherfucker. Your ticket, I forgot who, I don't know who the fuck that was yelled at me. We was doing a show downtown and it was probably like 3 or 4 regular audience members. Tickets was $15. I'm outside like, shit, this comedy show, y'all can get in right now for $5. Who keep telling motherfuckers they come in $5? Nigga, me? You want $5 or you want no dollars?
No doubt, man. Listen, it's a journey, but I definitely would not trade it for the world. I'm a joke until I can't joke no more.
So I wanted to talk about the state of Memphis. We already talked about the 3 comedy clubs that passed. We already talked about local things. So one thing I'm noticing about Memphis, the state of Memphis now, they really finna turn this into one of those weird ass hipster cities. Because if we got the Elon Musk XAI shit, Google trying to build this $10 billion campus. We got like 10, 12 breweries with all this independent beer. Shout out to breweries because y'all are our bread and butter. Y'all fucking with comedy. Breweries, I done did comedy in so many breweries this year and then tasted the skunkiest beers that a white man with a beard. Skunky. The skunkiest beers a white man with a beard can concoct. Them beers be, whoo. But they get you fucked up. I will say this.
We got to, you might think about it before I forget. We actually have another comedy competition coming up for $1,000.
Where?
Memphis Comedy. The auditions are June 22nd. I think only 10 comics can. The audition is June 22nd.
Okay.
The big thing is like July 25th. But it's first place is $1,000. Second place is $500 and third is $250.
Shit, shoot me the info. I need that bread.
I will. I just thought about it.
Also, the Memphis Pride Block Party is having a $500 competition. And
it's a comedy or just period?
They're having a $500 comedy competition. And I tagged the 2 gay people I know because I didn't know if straight people were allowed. I don't know the rules.
Let's find out. Because I
tagged Basil. He was like, why people keep tagging me in this because I'm gay? And
I was like, tagged me in. I ain't had none this year, but I do dabble over there sometimes.
Also, congratulations to you have a new nephew.
I know. I can't wait to go see him.
And let me tell y'all something. Memphis is the world's biggest small city because everybody got like 4 degrees of separation. Before I met Toya's brother was dating my mama's best friend. So I was calling this nigga my uncle. I had met your mama like 2-3 times before you opened the comedy joint. And I told Miss Helen, I said, you look familiar to the motherfucker. I know you from somewhere. And then I met the rest of your brothers. I was like, oh, cool. AJ's sister. Yes.
He just, I said, nigga, you wait till you get down with 40 and have another baby. Like,
that's what you're supposed to do. That's a good legacy.
Nigga, you went to 4. Now you want to have a whole. I think my nephew's like 12, 13.
Jace like 13.
Yeah, he's like 13. Yeah, like you gonna do it all over again. But hey, to each his own. You go right ahead. My kids are 19 and 21. Ain't no more.
What you say? You done?
Ain't no more. It's a done deal.
But that's a decent thing though. Do you think? And I say this to a lot of creators. Do you feel like? Now, do you think the skills that being a parent gave you aid you in what you do, like art?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yes. You want to know? I inadvertently became the comedy mom. They call me Mother Haha.
That is
right?
true.
And so, being the comedy mom or Mother Haha, I have a responsibility to the comics, whether people want to realize it or not or accept it. I have a responsibility. And sometimes it's just like dealing with children.
Oh no, we're worse than children.
Yeah. So I've had to
some of us on real drugs.
I've had to fuss, I've had to counsel, I've had to encourage, I've had to enlighten. It prepared me in ways, and keep in mind, these are most of the time grown ass men. These are grown ass men that you have to kind of regulate. And man, just think about all the times where a comedy joint, and I would try to like let somebody else take care of it while I was gone. I would get phone calls.
I could have managed the hell out that junk though. I'm sad that it closed right when I decided to throw my head in the ring. It closed. I was like, I could have managed the fuck out that.
Like it literally. I would like when I be gone, I would have comics texting and calling me snitching.
Talk about, man, this is bullshit.
Man, they in here doing it. I'm like, oh my, let me get back to the house. So I can.
And I feel like, and that's the one thing that I can say about, because I've been to other comedy cities, and yeah, we don't have a huge comedy infrastructure. Like, we don't have chain comedy clubs and all this. What I can say is the Memphis comedy crowd is a closer knit family than most.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what it is to me. I tell everybody, they're like, oh, all this arguing y'all are doing. I was like, this is my family.
Yeah,
I argue with these.
Because the thing about it
I
is,
see y'all more than I see my own family. I ain't seen my own family in 4 years.
Like, you can say what you want to say about us internally, but I tell you right now, there are a set of niggas right now. I remember I was at a gig some time ago, and you know how you tell a joke on stage and come off. This man grabbed my arm, and I was like, "Sir, you might want to let me go." And he was like, "No," I said, "Sir, if you don't let me go, there are at least 6 niggas that's gonna whoop your ass." You may listen. It looks like I'm by myself, but I'm really not. You know,
Memphis comedy. I done cuss some of these niggas out. I done threatened to fight some of these niggas. I done threw plates at these niggas.
Man, you know how many beefs happen, and then all of a sudden they don't like. Come on.
We just get over it. That's family. That's my cousin. Of course, I'm gonna cuss that nigga out when he ain't doing right.
Like,
we treat it. Also,
like,
y'all,
yeah,
the shirt that I'm wearing. Toya got me the shirt when I first started doing comedy. It has Grandmaster Cusser on.
Because my grandma was a Grandmaster Cusser.
And I've
kept my shirt says the 901 joint.
Sure, right. I kept this shirt for 4 years. I'm surprised I can still fit into it. But the comedy joint, that's what it's about. That's what Memphis comedy is about. Yes. It's about family.
Now I'm gonna say this: and the comedy joint is not open right now, but I still have the tables, I still have the chairs, I still have the stage.
Where they put your sign at though? Did they tell you where they sent it?
I don't know if they did.
I know they had it removed.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't have. Everything else: tables, chairs, the stage, the curtains, the sign. All the what you call it thing?
What, you got them in storage somewhere?
The brick wall. Yeah, the brick wall.
Shit, we can do pop-ups at the comedy joint. There's plenty of places we can just set all that shit up.
And that's why actually when I saw Tylon's thing for his roast, I said, shit, we can bring all that shit and it can look just like a goddamn comedy joint. I swear to God, I thought about that.
You ain't never lied. And it's a good space.
When I saw that back then, I said, man, put the stage right here. Because like I said, I literally still have all the shit.
It's a couple of more spaces that would be good. One thing I appreciate about comedy is it's never lost on me what it can do for you. Like Toya said, comedy does save their life sometimes. Comedy does save my life. And we operate, if you don't operate amongst your peers with honesty, then you're never gonna grow. It's fine to get mad, it's fine to argue, but we're always honest with each other. That's why I'm as funny as I am, because I've been surrounded by great people like Latoya, Lomax, all my peers, Rob, Love. I wouldn't be as funny as I am if I wasn't constantly surrounded by people who do what I do and be honest about it. And about your life, about your health. Like, you never know you getting fat or too skinny unless you do it around comedians. This like I change weights every 3 months. Comedians will let you know, like, you get a little fat, ain't it, nigga?
And it's like, imagine me looking at pictures from then and now. It's like, God damn, I was fat in the motherfucker on the stage. Shit.
When I started comedy, y'all, I was drinking and smoking heavily. So I was probably smoking 4-5 blunts a day. I was smoking a pack of cigarettes a day, and I was drinking like a pint of liquor a day. Toya walked past one day. She said, "You just be fucked up all the time, don't you?" I said,
and say it so casually. All right, then, y'all. Like, yeah.
She saved my liver.
Well, like, remember COVID kids?
Yes, the COVID kids.
The COVID kids.
And most of us still do comedy. Yes. That's how you keep it rolling.
What happened to the guy who you started coming with, who was actually supposed to be the comedian?
Oh, you know Kobe Walker.
What happened to him?
Kobe Walker. So here's the thing. Kobe Walker was a person, and this is my boy. We still cool. He had done comedy once before and won a comedy competition, but it was like his only time doing comedy. So he was just like, man, I'm really trying to get back into it. And I was like, hell yeah, we can get back into it. He started doing comedy again. He was just like, damn, a lot more that goes into this than I thought it was. I said, yes, it's very intensive. And I was telling him, now this is after we both did comedy and I started doing comedy. He was just like, man, that's too much time. What he really wants to do is be one of the rich niggas that the screenwriting that makes movies.
We do this shit.
That is what he's doing.
Okay, cool.
That's what he's doing right now.
Because I hurt my fair share of niggas' feelings in the comedy joint. I would put tomato paste on stage. I would interrupt sets, stop the clock. I would take mic stands. And the thing about it is like
Toya was saying, man,
and people like, oh, she's so mean. I'm thinking to myself, y'all have no idea.
You just gotta be funny.
Like you have no idea what like the mean stuff I've seen or
but you got to be mean back because like you said, that you were explaining to other comedians of older generation, be like, oh, that's how it was.
Yeah,
we moving like this. So when we came in the game, niggas was trying to do classic comedy shit.
Yeah, or like remember,
and a lot of us are crazy.
Yeah, or like remember the night that I purposely set up everybody to get heckled.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, what? Why is this nigga? I'm like, and the reason why I did that was because Josh had a show once, and Josh was used to just being able to go through his set.
Who, Showtime?
Yes.
Okay.
He had a show somewhere. I can't remember what it was, but he got heckled, and he came back, man. Them folks do that. I ain't know what to do. I said, so we being heckled and don't know how to handle it. Let me set up an exercise. And I remember the night I did it. Rob Love was like, what you? Rob, he was like, he got to do. He was like, I said, yeah, I want, and I'm gonna say this too, because some of the older comics felt like I babied y'all. They felt like I was you babying them. I'm like, I don't see it as babying them. I'm trying to prepare them for a world outside the comedy joint. I want them to, when they go outside of Memphis and they say they from Memphis, that because when y'all do bad out of town, oh, you best believe I heard about it.
Ain't no y'all. You ain't heard shit about me, baby.
I have not, but I'm just saying when people go outside of Memphis and they from Memphis,
when they say they from Memphis. And then motherfuckers call you.
And you don't do good. Oh, you best to know I get a phone call.
Start lying. Start saying you from West Memphis.
I get a phone call. Hey man, what's up with your boy so and so and so and so? Oh, damn. I know. You can put on social media you killed it. I know the truth.
Let me say this, fellow comedians. It's fine for you to say that your show is sold out when it wasn't sold out. That's an acceptable lie. If you didn't kill it, don't get on the internet and talk about, yeah, I just set this motherfucker on fire. Because the rest of us, we like, oh, this nigga's dishonest. What you're supposed to do when you bomb or when you don't do well at an out-of-town show, you would say, oh, I just want to thank the booker for bringing me out. I was really appreciative for the opportunity. Thank you to my fellow comics. Everybody did an amazing job. And to leave it at that. Don't do that shit.
Because I know the truth.
It's niggas that come here from out of town to be like, man, I just told Memphis up. And I'm like, I was there. You lying son of a bitch.
I'm like, wait a minute. I was in the same. What? You told... Oh, how dare you?
But yes, and I feel like comedy needs that. We need abject honesty, and sometimes people are too honest. Cause some of these old niggas we was going back and forth with, I was like, you told me you wasn't funny for 3 years. I just had a nigga tell me you ain't never been funny. They're like, don't.
We talked about that yesterday. We was talking about there are some of us that have been in the game where in the beginning they were not funny at all. Now they now they're good, but they weren't always good.
That's why they salty.
Like they weren't that, but and I could say like right now among y'all, we got some beasts. We got some guys that I genuinely love to see do. Like, I get to see something. I'm excited. I say this. I'm excited about the scene. Like I said, we need new blood to keep it going. Yes. We can't get so stuck on what we used to do and how we are that we forget that it's necessary for new comics to come into the game in order to keep the scene going. Definitely,
especially because the criteria for Hollywood, there's only a certain demographic for so long.
Right.
For instance, all of our, like you and all of your peers, y'all are amazing comedians. You're like the youngest. And you're like 44, I think. 45. And you're one of the youngest one of your peers. The rest of these niggas damn near 60. I don't know how many 60-year-old funny niggas you think they need. But it ain't that many. Get cool with a nigga that's 25, 30.
You make an excellent point.
So you can play his uncle in the movie.
Excellent point. Yeah.
But enough has been said to save the world. Do you have anything else to tell the people?
Nothing. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate. I thank you for having me.
Yes, always.
Because this is great. This is an amazing thing to do on my 15-year comic-versary. 15 years later, I'm still doing it. I'm still here. And I'm just happy for the opportunity to be here.
Excellent.
Follow me on everything.
Follow us
Google
on everything.
me.
Signing
Latoya
off.
Tennille.
Cynically Acute, everybody.